Before I go any further, all right. So we are doing something pretty new. I'm used to doing webinars, but we are doing a webinar live on Facebook. So we've got an audience of over 100 attendees on the webinar right now, and then let's see how many come in. So I'm going to go ahead and excuse me. We're going to start a little. I'm getting going a little early. We'll start right on time here, but I'm going to go ahead and have some people introduce themselves, kind of go through what we're going to do, what we're not going to do, and all that good stuff. So let me find my wife, Diane. So, hey, Chris, go ahead and once you're on the phone, I'll go ahead and unmute you. For a second, I'm going to step away for just a second. Don't think I'm stepping away. I'm just going to turn my heat down in the shop so it's not as loud. Okay. So here we are. So we'll go ahead and wait for some people to get on. And this is going to be fun because we've never done one now. Those of you that are on Facebook, naturally, you're not going to be able to see the slides. We try to do it. What we're going to do in the future is set it up to where you can see the slides behind me. We're just not quite there yet, so stick with us. But you'll also be able to watch the recorded version of the slide presentation, the webinar also. But we thought since we had so many people on, hey, let's go ahead and go live also. That way people can see it. So we're going to go ahead and unmute Chris. Chris, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. Hey, do you have good audio, good visual on my screen?
I got a good visual on your screen, good audio, and I can see you in your shop.
Cool. Right on. Okay. So what we'll do is before we take and get going, we're going to leave everybody. We're a couple minutes out. So we'll go ahead and take and why don't you go ahead and do a shout out, whether you're live or on the webinar. Tell us where you're from. I'd love to see it. You can put it in the question box here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and Dan Osborne, welcome, buddy. We're going to go ahead. Where are you from, Dan? So let us know where you're from. And then, Chris, go ahead and watch the live telecast, see where people are watching from. Ontario, Jordan, Ontario, Canada. Wow, all over the world. Eastern Canada, North Carolina, Oakland, California. Miguel, right on. Welcome, buddy. Cameron, North Carolina. Jordan up in Canada, welcome. That's cool. Cameron, welcome. Ah, man, Joanne. Hey, Joanne. What are you doing, man? Colorado.
Hey, Renny, don't forget to make me a co-organizer real quick.
We'll do that. Let me do that real quick. Thanks for reminding me. So we'll do that. So you're going to be organizer, and there you go. Okay. So we've got Nikki from Atlanta, Stephen, South Carolina, Coral Springs, Florida. Wow. Anne-Marie, hey, Lake Tahoe, Panama City, Sebastian, welcome. Bob Myers, right on. Tijuana, Carlos, welcome. Wow. We've got Scott Rogers up in Mountain Home, Idaho. Jennifer from PA, welcome. We got people from all. Chris, what are you looking at? Anybody signing in live? Well, Chris, did I lose you? Okay. Well,
sorry, that's my fault. You asking about on Facebook?
Yep.
Yeah, I got a lot of guys. Zach Baker, Douglas Smith, Richard Ambrose, Greg Masterson, Brandon Marshall.
Right on.
Long.
Well, with that, let's go ahead and take and if you've never been to one of our webinars, we're going to go ahead and leave you muted for now. And at the end, we'll open it up. You can raise your hand on the system, or you can go ahead and ask a question either on the question system on the GoToWebinar or ask a question on live on Facebook, either one. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into this. So special thanks. We want to thank both Flex and PNS for allowing me the time to put into putting these things on. It does take a little bit of work. It takes me away from my normal daily grind. The shop is kind of a mess right now. You can kind of see behind us if you're live. We've got all of our planning session stuff up. We got a training session starting on Monday. I'm going to leaving right after I'm done here, heading to Laughlin, Nevada. You're going to see that I'm really into relationships. I got to go have breakfast with my best friend in the world down there, Rich. Hey, what's up, buddy? And then I'm heading to Scottsdale, Arizona tomorrow, where we're going to be, there's a lot going on in Scottsdale, but mainly we're going as our trainers. We've got 4 brand new training centers starting up nationwide. Where we're doing one-day extreme courses. So we're going in to train all of ourselves, train the trainer in Scottsdale. So we've got a busy time. So just like you guys, with that said, where does all of this come from? And I love this heart illustration. I wish you guys live could see it. It's made up of a brain. And, and the reason why is that, I'm one of those weird guys that I like aging. It's taken me a lot of time to get here. You young guys, you have to take and really properly be mentored. I've had some amazing, amazing mentors, top level multi-billion dollar corporation level guys. Where this comes from is both my brain and my heart, is because I think if you only use your heart, you're going to get in trouble. If you only use your brain, you're going to get in trouble. So all of this exposure comes from also running very successful shops in various locations. A lot of people think, oh, you're in California, it's easy to run a shop here. Our most successful shops were actually in Texas and Idaho, of all places. And so both of those places have diverse weather there compared to what we have here in sunny Southern California, even though if you look out right now in our little mountain community I live in, the weather's has been pretty rainy. Everybody's been calling me up, hey, man, is it snowing in Big Bear? You know that 2 to 3 feet that when we were down in Florida last week hanging out? Yeah, well, it turned into 2 to 3 inches with a bunch of rain. So as a skier, I'm bummed, but I'm actually really happy because that means our lake will be filled up this summer, hopefully. So a little beware is I want to kind of warn you, is that on this, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I really don't believe in that. I'm not here. I'm not some online guru. I'm a grassroots level, kind of gutter rat that came up through the system the hard way. So I start businesses very slow and steady, and I finish solid. So my systems for growth are based on a slow and steady viewpoint. I don't believe in just throwing godly amounts of money at something. I've seen a lot of people in the industry do that, and most of them I see, they fail. Building a winner system takes a lot of time, and it takes several seasons to bring it to perfection. What I mean by that is that, while we weren't diving into our savings account by the second or third winter, is we weren't killing it either. Is it took 4 or 5 seasons for us to really not just survive in winter, but thrive in winter. And that's your goal. You don't want to just, make it, right? I mean, you want to take and make it big in the summer, but a lot of detailers just assume, oh, it's slow. It can be, it's good. If you want it to be slow, I got, Doug Parfait, he likes it to kind of be a little slow in the wintertime. That's good. He's got to know, he knows his pace. He knows what he wants to do. He's got his priorities straight. Got a good friend of mine here locally, big time skier. He lets his business really slow down in the wintertime because guess what? He's up skiing every single day of the week. If you don't start now, what we're going to talk about, when are you going to start it? We're week 3 right now. We are week 3 into a brand new year. Now, you might be watching this video and you're week, 48, and you're going, man, it's too late. No. You got to start somewhere, and you got to start now. If you take the same actions all the time, you're going to expect the same results. A lot of people I see is they're saying, man, why isn't my business growing? Why isn't things changing? How much are you changing things around? How much are you adjusting? That's the big question. A lot of people do the same thing. I've watched, all of us have watched the transformation of the detailing industry in the last 5 years. If you think it's hard to make it now, go back 15, 20 years ago. There's been a lot of groundwork laid, and I'm not going to tell you it's easy to make it now, but it's not near as complicated as it used to be. And it's because a lot of manufacturer suppliers have stepped it up. We've watched them, and we've been able to duplicate that. But then also is going to, Mobile Tech Expo that we were just at last week, is all of us, there's a group of us been going there for almost 15 years and hanging out. And we transformed our businesses 15, 20 years ago. But when it was unheard of, we were doing things that people just didn't believe. Then when they come down and hang out with us, they'd see that we're actually doing it. There's no magic pill. Simple as that. I'd love to tell you that there is. There's not. Simple as that. There's not. You're not going to be able to take and just swallow a pill and everything's going to be great and hunky-dory. Just not going to happen. So, I wish I could give you that. If there's one for hair, I want it. And if there's one that will get me to be 6 foot tall, I'll take that too. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to do a quick little poll because we want to find out who's here. That way, as you guys, when I share information, I can take and share information and it's legit. So, hey, answer this, and I want to get a lot of you responding to this. So those that are online right now, and ask yourself this, even respond in the remark section if you're live. How many of you have a business plan for 2019? So yes or no. Do you have one? So here we go. Come on up. The options are yes, no, I'm working on it, and please shame me into making one as I know I need it. So I love that honesty. So shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. So let's go through a couple more minutes, guys. We'll give it about 5 more seconds. So hey, here's the thing, okay? So 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go ahead and close the polls, and I'm going to go ahead and share those numbers with you. So I'm going to share the results. 29% say yes, 13% say no, 48% say working on it, 10% say shaming. Okay, get busy. We're going to go over what this takes and why it can help you stay busy in the wintertime. The thing is for those of you, the 2 categories that scare me, well, 3. A, the no's, you got to have one. B, working on it, you sure didn't have it done. Should have been done by the beginning of the year, but I applaud you for starting on it. The problem is a lot of you aren't going to finish it. 10% shame you into doing it. Get on it right now. It doesn't need to be complicated, guys. It really doesn't. My business plan's 4 or 5 pages long. Really, it's extensive is what we're going to talk about right now is my visionary plan, my marketing plan, my sales plan, my data plan. Chris and I have been working on that this week. We just turned over to a new CRM system. And Chris, it's working pretty good. Really, I've been using it all day today, and it's kind of my first day of getting on it. So I'm going to encourage you, man. You got to take and get on a business plan. Okay, we're going to do one more poll, and then we're going to get going. I want to know who here is a fixed location, a mobile operator, both fixed and mobile, and I haven't launched my business yet, so I don't know. That's what I'm looking at. So let's go ahead and get the voting in, okay? So majority, oh, wow, big number. That's surprising. Shocking number on how many of you that has changed a lot. To have 42% right now, 42% of you, 40% of you, it's going down a little bit. So 3, 2, 1, we're going to close that out. Go ahead and hit that button to vote. Close the poll, share the results. 14% of you are a fixed location only. 42% of you, high number, which we expected, was a mobile operator. 42% of you are both fixed and mobile. That's badass. And then 3%, I haven't launched my business yet. So great. Hey, you know what? First off, thanks for getting involved at this level. You're not even launched and you're here. You're beating the crap out of a lot of people that have been in the industry for a long time that should be here. So that is amazing. So we'll go ahead and take and share that with you guys so you can see that. And then we're going to go ahead and go down through. So my story, who am I? Who the heck is Renny Doyle? You know, I'm going to let these professionals talk for me. You know, I've been doing the detailing for a long time. I'm a habitual entrepreneur. We own several businesses. Detailing is one of them. I've been detailing since the age of 13. It was a way for me. I grew up in Colton, California. I helped get my grandmother off of food stamps. She was a very proud lady. I got a picture right behind her. She'll pull her up. Nana, you should be here with me. She was buying food with food stamps, and I couldn't see this great lady doing that. So I ended up going to work for a guy and started washing airplanes, started detailing cars, and I've owned several businesses. But what I'm really about is being a father, being a husband, and I love skiing too. But I'm really proud of these people that you see on the screen right now to say that I've trained, coached, mentored, and a friend to these amazing, amazing professionals that are in the detail mafia. That's my pride and joy. One of my greatest prides in life is seeing all of these people that I work with, network, and not just in our group, but other people within that are good friends to our group and in the industry. Really not just accept surviving anymore. Detailing is not about surviving anymore. Is the top level guys, the top 10% are all about really seriously thriving. And we're going to get into that a little bit tonight. So who I am, you want to go check me out, detailingsuccess.com. You can email me, renny@detailingsuccess.com, and Chris will brag all about me. Okay, can I get any amens on this? Now, for you that can't see this, shows a guy just riding his bike. It's your plan. There's a finish line, checker flag, nice and smooth. But in reality, there's all kinds of dips, valleys, oceans, lakes, waters, collapsed buildings, and holes that you've got to dig out of. That's what we're here about tonight, is to talk about those items that we can take and teach you how to smooth it out to where it's a little closer to your original plan on how your business was going to go. Okay, don't be reactive. This is one of the biggest lessons I can teach you now, is that, okay, I'm not gonna smear you, I'm not gonna fault you if you're already into the slow season and you're panicking. A lot of people do that. So just stop, drop, and roll, just slow down a little bit. The key to it is you don't want to do it in the next slowdown. We're going to talk about sales cycles and waves and all that cool stuff here in a little bit. But the biggest thing is that when you're reactive to things, guess what happens? You're cool, you're smooth, you come across better, you're not stressed, you look better, you sleep better, you go play better, you're a better lover, you're a better everything in life when you're proactive versus reactive. When you're reactive, you come out on something that's really dangerous, and that's you're desperate. So planning is everything. You know, I know this is weird. You got to look at this beautifulness. As old as I am, I'm still in the military. I'm still doing search and rescue. I love it. But the thing is that whether it's search and rescue, going out and looking for somebody that's lost, or it's a military action, I'm a trainer, is that everything we do is about planning. Everything in our business is about planning. Everything, my kids will tell you, they don't like it. I plan everything. Everything's got a place in life, right? I'm not OCD totally because I've learned, maybe I am. You'll have to ask my kids. I don't think I am, but I do think I'm very structured, and I like things to go down a certain way. I like this illusion that we've got on here with this ship, a container ship, and all the containers are coming off of it because that captain didn't plan. He didn't know what was in front of him. He hit something, and his whole boat's lost. Everything on it, the whole boat, it's gone. They're going to have to tear the thing up. I remember that actually happened. So let's go through. The first thing that you want to do is, hey, man, all of us, and I don't care if you're brand new, if you're 5 and one of those 3% that responded, they're not in the business yet, they haven't launched it. I don't care if you're that person or you're 30 years in it. Jim Gogan, a good buddy of mine, that he could be listening right now, is every year, about every quarter, matter of fact, every week, you've got to have a vision. Here's the deal. Here's my vision. Those on the webinar, you can't see it. Those live, you can see it. I've got a vision, the webinar goals, on everything I do, and it's written down. Is it not? Those that are live, give me an amen. Next, you got to take and write out the vision down. You got to get it onto paper. I was very lucky to work with some amazing people. We owned one of our transportation and executive protection companies a few years ago, and we took and we just, a guy named Warren Buffett, I don't know if you guys heard of him, he's worth a few pennies. He was one of our clients, and I won't say no, I wasn't buddies with him. Matter of fact, I was scared to talk to him, I almost peed myself. But what I did do is I asked him, I said, hey, sir, one piece of advice for a young entrepreneur. Back then I was probably my late 30s, early 40s maybe. And he said, if it's not written, it ain't happening. And man, I'll tell you what, I've always been a writer. I've always loved to write my goals down and envision things. I got ADD, so if I don't, I'm a mess. But write the vision down, put it on paper. And those that are looking right now, this is mind mapping right here. You can go back and watch the live version of this. And it doesn't need to be anything fancy. Mind map it out. If you don't know what mind mapping is, Google it. Especially if you have ADD or ADHD or anything like that. Next from there is build a marketing plan. A lot of people think sales and marketing are the same thing, and they're dead opposite. They're not even the same. You've got to develop a plan on how you're going to reach people. If you don't have it written down, again, it ain't going to happen. From there, I'm going to take and come into a marketing plan feeds a sales plan. So my marketing plan, I have to have a sales plan in place. The sales plan is going to help me figure out, my personality, how I'm going to deal with things, how I'm going to collect things, all these different things. So a sales plan then feeds a demand for services. This is where it gets fun because this is where the green comes in. So a demand for services tests your ability to connect with your market. So once it comes in and you start getting demands, you've got to be able to deal with those demands professionally. A demand can equal solid income. Create demand now. Now, what you're going to do by doing that, is you're going to take and you're going to write your vision down. You're going to build a marketing plan. If you don't know how to, YouTube it. There's a lot of information out there. This is a great resource. Ta-da! My book. I've written that down. You can see right there that I actually go through and I take and actually look at my own book. Here it is 7 years after I did it, and I'm still looking at it. So then build a sales plan. What's a sales plan? How are you going to interact? What's your sales personality? If you haven't sold before, you need to go out. There's different groups in the world that you can belong to. The Detail Mafia is really into this. We help each other out. We had our webinar last night. We have 2 webinars a week. We're really into education, as you can tell. Not everybody attends all of them, but a good portion of them. And then write down. You've got to have your systems and processes connected to your marketing and sales plan. And then also, just like CRM we just talked about, you've got to be able to collect all that data and where you're going to put it. Because I'm going to tell you, let's stop this conversation right here. Let's stop it right here. Here's the deal, guys. Do you know the real value? Sometimes I've never failed in a business. That doesn't mean that I kicked ass and made a ton of money. But every business I have, I'm either currently running or I've sold. The value of a business is not what you say it's done. It's what you can prove it's done. So you need to take and have it all in a nice, tidy place. Something I know way too much about, and that's the cost of being desperate. All of us, I don't think there's too many people, unless you're born with a silver spoon up your a-hole, is that I don't think there's any of us that have been in a position where like, damn, I need to come up with like $300 like in the next 2 days, or I'm in trouble. I've been there, done that. I'm the king at it. I did when I was younger. You got to remember, I've been an entrepreneur since I was a teenager. I've been self-reliant my entire life except for 6.5 years. Other than that, I've been completely self-reliant and a self-hunter, all of it. I've been in this position, but I'm telling you, don't put yourself in that position. Every time I put myself in that position, it's taken and put my business in a really bad position. Don't go there. We're even going to talk about how to keep you from going there. Don't start the road of failure. Go down the right roads. Don't allow yourself to be such a need for money that you look or sound desperate. Painting a desperate target on yourself will have negative effects. I want you to listen to this, that will last years. Think about your reputation. Did you know on average, they say you've got, one time to make that first impression, right? Did you know on average, I just read this, it was amazing. It takes 16 more contacts to change somebody's first impression they had of you. So if you go and you meet a customer one time, you're going to probably, if they had a bad impression of you, it's going to take a lot to change that bad impression on average. So think about that. So don't be desperate. My first couple winners, let's talk about reality. There's a picture up here for those that are live of nuts and bolts. Then there's another picture of moi skiing. So the first year I sold nuts and bolts the entire winter at a hardware store. Now this was an upscale hardware store. It was in Sun Valley, Idaho. It was the late 90s. Building was going crazy. I applied for a job. The guy goes, there's no way I can hire you. You're way overqualified, with all the education and jobs and self-employment and this and that. Yeah, you've done. I can't hire you. And I said, listen, I really need a job. I think at that time he was paying $10 an hour. And I think I started at $15 an hour. And I think, don't tell anybody, it was under the table. Ooh. So it was great. I hated it though. And here's why I hated it. Is right across the street was my competitor, what I thought was my competitor, the car wash, and they did detailing. Well, they didn't do detailing very good. By the time that I sold that business, they were actually pretty good detailers because they stepped up and we actually worked together, and I'll get into that in another complete webinar. So I sold nuts and bolts that first winter. Why? I didn't want to take away from my family. I had 2 kids and one on the way, and I didn't want to go into debt. I don't believe in debt. You're going to see on this right here. I carried no bad debt, meaning consumer debt. I've never carried debt on credit cards or loans or anything like that. Good loans, property, real estate, things that are going to advance my business and allow me to make money. You bet. No problem. I'll do that. But bad debt, no. Well, that first year it was rotten. God, I'd hide out in the bathroom a couple days and go, God, I'm selling bolts. Can you believe this? But you know what? I wasn't below it. I went out. Now, here's what's really cool is I didn't know it. We became pretty good friends, and he was getting ready to sell his business. I'd sold in my corporate job. That's what I did is I acquired businesses, took them up, launched them, got them going, handed them off, next guy, went into the next project. And I've done that a lot in my own businesses also. So what I did is I restructured this guy's business. We completely did a modification on the inside. We re-merchandised it. We went over his books, cleaned all his books up. And about 2 years after we became really good friends. Now, the other thing that happened was he knew all the wealthy builders. Who do the builders know? They are all the wealthy people they're building houses for. So I took him that relationship, because he knew I didn't like, it wasn't an ideal job, but you know what? I came in, I was happy to be there. I made it happen, and I was loyal to him. The next year is I put myself where money was. That first year putting nuts and bolts, that guy helped me out, but I don't bartend. I don't do any of that. I don't drink. So I'm a skier. So I tried out for one of the most advanced ski schools, Sun Valley Ski School in Sun Valley, Idaho, and I made it. And so all the ski instructors, if you're really good, you get privates. If you're not so good, you get groups. And then if you're good but you're crazy, you get private kids. Well, I know some. I was a dad. I get along good with kids. I like them sometimes, as long as they're not mine. And then I love you guys. They're probably on and watching me. Sorry. I love you. But here's the deal is that I knew that the kids are going to be spoiled little brats. If I could keep them happy, the parents would be happy, and I could make some money off it, and B, hey, what are they driving? What are they flying? Can I detail it? And that's exactly what happened. And I took and got along with these kids. You know what this is a lesson. There's a lesson. You know what the other instructors were doing wrong? They weren't getting along with the kids. They're trying to teach them skiing. You know what kids want to go do? They want to go jump. So I asked kid, hey, where do you want to go? You're not going to take me. Well, where do you want to go? I want to go jump. Okay. I know where some cool jumps are. You're kidding me. No. Let's go. Man, we're having lunch. We're having a ball. It was unreal. Don't kill your savings or go into debt. There's the message. Don't do that. If you're in the middle of it right now, I got some input for you right now. Here's what the heck. Well, you can see me down in the bottom right. It's a picture of me skiing. I taught skiing. I put myself where their money. What would have been better is these other categories. If you're going into slow season, you need money. Bartend. Not just at, any place. Go bartend where people with money hang out, with the people that are going to have disposable cash in your market hang out. If you know drinks, you like to drink, all this thing, it's a great spot. I've had guys that we train and mentor coach. They've killed it on that. Also, my wife, fine dining. Our first 4 or 5 seasons is that she would take, and she worked 2 or 3 nights. We had little kids. I'd come home from detailing, watch the kids. She'd go off to this really fine restaurant, Felix's, up in Sun Valley, and she killed it. Now, she made, A, good money, but B, she introduced us to, Steve Wynn from Wynn Resorts. It can go down, baby, you're going to have to help me out here. But, Clint Eastwood, the actor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. She got us all kinds of clients. Now, also valet parking. What is it with, 2 of my good friends, they were valet parkers when I met them back in 2008. And they've got one of the most successful detailing shops in the Pacific Northwest now. And they're valet parkers. They built their business. If I had it, the 2 I'd go for would be anything related to golf. You can see that bottom left. Or, again, I'd go back up. People get liquored up. They like their bartenders. I'd go that direction. Just don't partake too much. You've got to get outside your bubble. You can't go into debt. You've got to put yourself, don't get a job at Home Depot. You're not going to meet anybody that's possibly going to use you. Try to put yourself, is that your only option? Go for it. Don't get in debt. I'm not going to rag on you for a job is a job and money's money. I'm not one of those guys that can job shame you. But if you can get somewhere, even if you're not making quite as much, and what else is really nice about these jobs, most of these, bartending and food service, is going to be that you can do it at night. So you can still detailing during the day. Key factors that keep business alive in slow times. Develop your plans and work that plan every single day. Now, in the Detail Mafia, we've got a system called an hour a day. And that's a system that I started using 30 years ago in my businesses. It's made us very successful and a lot of money in our businesses. And then guys like Jim Gogan, I can name a dozen of the dirty dozen that started the Detail Mafia. We built the foundation of our businesses. Jim was into his business, 20 plus years when I met him. We seriously took it to the next level. All of us did, because we combined our heads together and took and realized, hey, we've been doing this all by ourselves all these years. Now, back then, let me tell you, reality check. Jim, if you're on, you'll correct me if I'm wrong. I think there was 5 or 6 of us detailers all together at Mobile Tech. There was hundreds there this year. We went to SEMA when Jim and I went to SEMA back in 2006 together for the first time. I think there was 3 or 4 detailers, and we went to Sizzler, and had dinner. And we, you know what? All it was about building. All of us were already in successful businesses. We just helped each other get to the next level. And the way we did it is we worked our plan. We came up with a plan, and we worked that plan. So in the Mafia, we work very hard on the hour-a-day plan. Be smart on overhead. You can see in the background, if you're live, I don't have a huge shop. It's 1,800 square feet. My most successful shop was just over about 1,000 square feet. And we brought in 6 figures every year off of that shop. 7 figures off of that shop. When you get paid, put money away. Now, I've got a method for this, is that when it's slow, I still, if you can, take 25% out and put it away. You can always pull it back out of savings. When you're busy, try to take 50% of your money and put it away. Just put it in savings. Before you know it, you'll have 6 figures sitting in your bank. You'll have 100 grand sitting in your bank. It doesn't take long once it starts adding up, because you know what it also does? It releases stress, because you know that you've got a safety net behind you. If something happens, so you're out there, you're working hard, and you just got this positive energy and this positive attitude about yourself. And guess what? People are attracted to that. And then educate on winter benefits of detailing is that you've got to hit every single day. You've got to be marketing to, talking with your prospective market, prospective clients, current clients, and talking to them about the benefits and the different things that go on with detailing. Interiors get nasty, especially if you're in a wet or you're in a cold environment. Now, if you're down south, there's all kinds of different things. If you're, Justin Lobato down in Florida, well, guess what? Let's talk about that. Winter issues that you're going to market to. Deposits on exterior paint. We all know it. I don't care where you're at. What's going to get on exterior paint during the wintertime? Right now down in Florida, salt deposits from the air. Wheel damage. If even in LA, okay, get this. It rains 12 days out of the year in LA, right? the thing that people don't think about in detail is, I want you to listen to this, is you don't think about what's on the highway that's just laying there. It's just laying there. And then it rains, and guess where it's at? It's all over the car, all over the undercarriage, all over the wheels. It's all over everything. So highway grime's real. The damage to wheels is real. Salt buildup from road and air-based salts. So road and air-based salts, doesn't matter if you're in Orange County, California, or if you're in Salt Lake, Utah. So it doesn't matter. There's going to be salt deposits. One's from Mother Nature, one's from de-icing. And then if you're in snow country or ice country, even ice country, magnesium chloride, it is a killer. 1 or 2 months on wheels, it will ruin the clear coat on wheels. I'm not kidding you. We've seen it sit on 1 or 2 months unwashed off, and the wheels are toast. Bonus question. Ask if your clients ski or go boating. Okay, so we're gonna see who comes up with that real quick. I'm not gonna give you the answer. So Chris, watch Facebook, and then we'll watch the questions here. So let's see if anybody comes out. Let's see how many of you guys are really smart fellas and ladies. Okay, here it is. I want to talk. This is one of the most important. I got some big nuggets at the end. See this wave? I've used this illustration. Some of you are probably getting tired of it. Obviously not, because you're not doing an hour a day all the time. Here's the thing. Being proactive is the decision. So a good company, a forward-thinking entrepreneur, somebody dedicated to working on his business or her business instead of working in it. So you got to do both. I know there's a trade-off with that. But if you're not working on your business, you just got a job. You have got to and be working on your business, not just in your business. And when you get to a certain point, you got to either have the right coaches and mentors around you to know when to pull out a little more and work more on it, because that's where you're going to truly succeed. Now, if you're a one-man shop and you like being a one-man shop, more power to you. But guess what? You can still get caught in this wave. So here's the deal. Is you can see the bottom of the wave. You guys that are on Facebook Live, you can't see it, but there's a big old wave. Well, somebody that understands marketing and business is they are taking and marketing the whole way up that wave. When business is slow, they're marketing. When businesses are average, they're marketing. When profits are over the top, they're marketing. You know the two spots where the average small business, 90% of small businesses fail before the first 10 years in business. You know why? Because they're marketing at two spots. They're going to take and market when it's starting to crash or when it's already crashed. They don't understand sales cycles. So I hear this every day. Diane, Chris, tell me they're wrong. You know what, man? I just don't have time for marketing. Oh, you have time to breathe? You have time to poop? It's that important. You've got to take and market your company. You can't, I don't care how successful you are. It's going to eventually catch you in the booty and slow you down. So you've got to have an out. That's what the system's called. That's why I named it that. An hour-a-day marketing plan in place and doing it. Simple as that. Okay. Educate your market is key. I love this. Nelson Mandela. And I changed it a little bit. And you'll see it's in red, so I didn't, plagiarize it. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change your world. He said, the world, your world. Here's the deal. Educate your market. What winter means to the interior and exterior of the surfaces. I don't need to get into explanations there. It's obvious what winter does to a car. Even here in sunny, 2 hours away in downtown Los Angeles, cars are sealed up more. They're also sealed up in the summer. We're in hot climates. But in winter here, listen, it gets below 72. People are pulling their parkas out. They get cold. They come up here, and they think they're in Alaska. How are you going to do that? Social media, man. We all know that. If you're not into social media, you're lost. But also, if you're not into newsletters, blogging, networking locally, okay, for some of you, and listen, I'm not going to pick on you millennials, because some of you people that are 60-something years old right now are just as bad or worse than the millennials. Is you take your phone, it's right here. Guess what? Relationships don't start right here. Relationships start with how you doing, talking, communication, shaking hands, kissing babies. So you got to network. When I say network, it's not online networking. That's great. But you know what? You can't forget that you're in a service business. You need one-on-one communications and one-on-one connections. When you connect with people and they trust you, it will change your business, I promise. And they create a sales army of fans, an absolute sales army of fans. You know who's done this? And I love them. I don't know if you can see any of the logos. PNS has done that the last 2-3 years. You look at where PNS detailing products came from the last couple of years. Look at Beatmaker. They've created an army of fans by just being good people and a great product. Keep buying it. We love it. Okay, this is going to be something that's new to a lot of you, and I'm going to go ahead and share it with the industry. It's the first time I've ever done it. Hotel pricing. What's that mean? So, hey, Chris, I'm going to ask you a quick question if you don't mind.
Sure.
Hey, Chris, do you have Amazon Prime?
I sure do.
Would you, if they said, hey, we're going to charge you $50 more a year so you can keep your Amazon Prime, would you pay it?
Yeah, I probably would. They offer a lot for what you get, and I think it's a good value.
There it is. Okay, thanks, Chris. So here's Webster's definition of Prime: the most active, thriving, or satisfying stage or period. So here's the deal we did. Now, we didn't mess. I'm going to tell you right now, never mess with your best clients. Okay, your best dozen that started you up, don't mess with those guys. Okay, and gals, keep them, keep loyal to them. But everybody else, what we do is we market all year long. Hey, starting, right now it's not prime season for us, and at Christmas time it was. When we ran shops, believe it or not, we were really slammed during Christmas time, all the way from right before Thanksgiving until literally the 26th of December. But here's the deal: is that we always put it out there that it was either, I think it was April 1st. On April 1st is it went into our prime season. Our prices went up. And the reason why is our demand for details. We never wanted to be more than about 10 days, 7 to 10 days loaded up because we'd lose people. And so what we did is we tell people, hey, it's the off-season pricing right now. Save yourself and do off-pricing detailing. If you take and come in the prime season between April 1st and October 1st is you're going to pay prime prices. I live in a resort community here in Southern California, Big Bear. You get on the street, we have a thing, Oktoberfest, where all the collected drunks from Southern California come up, drink some beer, have a good time. My wife works it. It's like skiing to me. She just absolutely loves it. I go down there and I get in fights, so they don't let me down there anymore. But I do like to go down there and make fun of drunk people. It's pretty entertaining. The hotel right across the way is at Motel 6. Right now, if you go down there, I'm guessing $49 a night. During Oktoberfest, you're looking at about $249, $269 a night. Over Christmas time, some friends are coming up. We desperately tried. Well, it was with Chris, I think, when you were up here, matter of fact. And we tried to get a room at Christmas time, and it was still almost $200 for Motel 6. So it's prime pricing. So you need to think like an entrepreneur. Well, my people will get mad. No, they won't. No, they won't. I don't get mad. Netflix, I'm addicted to anybody else love Netflix? I love Netflix. Netflix just had a price, 18%. Take my money. I absolutely love it. I don't watch too much TV, but I love Netflix. Take my money. Take my money. I love it. I'm convinced of the service. I like it. Now, if they would have doubled or tripled, I probably would have still kept it. Okay. Time to pay my bills. Stay with me because I've got just about 3-4 minutes. This is where I actually pay my bills for doing this. So we want to talk about what Diane and I do and what we want to do for you and your business. We've assisted at launching hundreds and hundreds of businesses, not just our own, but we've got over 450 businesses that we brought through the Detail Mafia training since 2004. So it's 15 years this year. We've helped build complete businesses and life balance systems. That's really what we're after in our shops, is that we want you to be successful at detailing. We're going to teach you every skill. We say that when you walk out of our training, you're going to be able to keep up or beat 85% of the detailers in the market just because we're going to launch you that quickly. But you know what? The skills are the easy part. It's the business side that's hard. We always say when people leave us, when they leave us after 5 days, that's when the relationship really starts because now you're part of our group. We do these. I mean, can you imagine having educational events available to you 1 or 2 times a week by some of the top earners in the industry? It's pretty amazing. Our team is made up of many of the most respected pros in the industry. I was really proud is we've got three major nominations for the IDA Awards. 2 of our guys won major IDA Awards this year. I was really proud to see that happen. Here's a testimony. Renny and Diane are the real deal and will help you plan and execute for success at whatever level your business is currently at. I'm a startup business, but was treated with the same respect my successful business classmates were given and deserved. Ron Masters. Ron, thank you. He actually, if you want to see that as an actual testimony, it's over on our Facebook business page, Detailing Success. Here's the thing I want to highlight in Ron's testimony there is that we've got some of our members are 20 plus years in the business. Some of our people come like Ron did, brand new to detailing and really never picked up a polisher before. So we've got an array, and you know what? We only train 4 at a time. You've got an intern, myself, Diane. You've got a lot of hands on you. We don't know a short day. We're not one of those that, hey, we're going to start at 9, we're done at 4:30. We're here until we get it done reasonably, but we've been here 12, 13-hour days a lot. So I just wanted to share that with you. So here's what we got going on. Flex and PNS has been kind enough as I've only got 1 spot for February and 1 spot for March where they're going to give one person, just 1 scholar for each one of those, a $500 scholarship. So Flex, thank you for sponsoring February. PNS, thank you for sponsoring March. It's a first come, first serve. It's go ahead if you want to take it. It's Renny@detailingsuccess.com. Now you can respond, the first person to put the deposit down. So tomorrow we'll send out the request to whoever take and set the first ones in. We'll give you the first shot at it. If you don't pick, quite rapidly, we'll go ahead and take it out. Those are both for the February and March classes. $500 off our total. It's a great scholarship. They've done it before. We don't do it all the time, but we want to thank Flex. We have one on each one of those available. And then the other months we're getting booked up. We're almost booked out 4 or 5 months in advance. So it's pretty cool. I was sent this from a recent student that attended training with me. It's basically for those that are live. It's a picture of a great white shark with a grizzly bear with a surfboard leash tied to its tail. He's holding a machine gun and spitting out a piece of dynamite. And it says, how I felt after I left your training. We want you to feel gunned up. We don't just rah you. We're not about telling you can see tonight. We're going to share the hardships. But what we are here to do is help educate you in the years to come. Listen, 5 days, really, I can train you to be a damn good detailer, but I'm really here to train you to be a damn good business person and live a life. That's the biggest balance. We're even going to get that in a second. So, okay, so guess what? Enough of the money. Let's go back. Here's some hooks. Now, I promised you I was going to give you some hooks. Here are some hooks that I love. Now, these are things, free giveaways, that will tie into interior details. Now, I know a lot of you don't like interior detailing. That's a trend that I think is a very slippery slope. I think we're going to have a lot of people fail when the economy slows down. We're already seeing people freaking out, getting a hold of me, saying I'm having more requests. I'm going to have to turn to, I'm not selling as many coatings. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I have to learn interiors. And I think it's you can't call yourself a master if all you do is paint correction and coatings. Sorry. Because you're just not. Now, if that's your business, I know guys that are making a killing at it, hey, more power to you. But how many markets are in the world? I travel all over the world. Not too many. So, hey, here's the first freebie. Wash, clay, and wax. Man, hey, anybody that's doing a stage 1, 2, or 3 interior, guess what? We're going to add a wash, clay, and wax for absolutely no charge. How long is it going to take you? It should take you half an hour to 45 minutes. $5 of products tops. So that's a great freebie. Undercarriage cleanse, free. Again, $50 to $100 value. Engine cleanse, free. Again, $50 to $100 value. Upgrade paint protection, aka using bead maker, free. So let's say you don't want to clay it, just a wash and upgrade, or you do a single step correction, and then you come back and you, instead of using a wax, you upgrade them to bead maker. We got a lot of guys that I know are doing that throughout the industry. Wheel sealer upgrade, free. Again, what are you going to do? Spray some wheel sealer on there. What's a great wheel sealer? Again, I hate to promote bead maker, but it is. It works really good. Interior protectant, free. How long is it going to take to lay down some basic interior protectants? Not very long, 10, 15 minutes, whether it's on the seats or just on the carpets. It doesn't take long. Memberships, holy grail. I want to share that with you right now. This is where we've made our money. This is where we got up to where we're operating $1 million a year operations, is the value is there. Selling memberships is key. It's going to keep you busy all year long. We had 25 memberships at our shop. It went smooth as could be, and you know what? It made us a lot of money. It takes time to build them up, though. It took us about 3 years to finally get the right marketing in place and get to the right people, and then it just sold out. It was gone, and it changed our business. Okay, ask yourself where you're going to be in 3 years. If you don't start working on memberships now and you don't understand them, you better understand them. You better start working them, because it can change your business very rapidly. Cash discounts. So in the wintertime, God, I see this and it just irks me. And this is the first time I've really talked about this in public also, is people will say, yeah, hey, right now, we're going to take in anybody that does an interior full detail. I talk about in the book, full detail, get rid of that term. You know what that means? All inclusive, I'm going to do everything. Your car's going to be perfect. And it's a rat nest inside, but I'm going to make it brand new, like a 2019. Don't use the term full detail. And then I'll see them use the next term. $50. Oh my God, you're giving away $50? No, go back to the screen before. Give it a wash, clay, and wax valued at $125 that cost you $5 in half an hour, 45 minutes of your time. That's thinking like a smart business person and not like a detailer. So I give value-added services that cost me pennies. Pennies. Okay? Dealership work. Okay, this is a double-sided sword for sure. It's got 2 edges. Be a problem solver. Okay? Simple as that. I love to go into dealerships. We had good working relationships. Still do. Unreal. Every once in a while, Once a year, every other year, we'll have a major dealership call us up and go, Houston, we got a problem. And Renny, you've solved it for us in the past. Bam. You know what? I'll go in and lay down some money, fix a big problem, come out, a couple hundred, $200, $300, $400 an hour. Easy. Become valuable and needed from dealerships. Most of them are going to try to abuse you. You're looking for the 1%ers that understand it, or the 10%ers when they see what you're capable of doing and the amount of money you can make them on their cars, their used cars, or the problems that you solve, they'll see value in it. If you think dealership work doesn't pay, I have a pal that will disagree with you and has over 1 million reasons why to disagree with you, because I just talked to him recently. No name. I'm not going to name him, but he would say that he's got well over 1 million reasons why he disagrees that dealerships aren't good for your business. Proud of you, buddy. Action items. Okay, get a pen, get a paper, write it on your forehead, write it on your kid's forehead, write it on your dog, whatever. Not your dog. Dogs are cool. Build your plans, your marketing systems, your sales systems, your marketing processes, your data collecting systems, and execute them right now. You're off season right now. You're slow. Do that now. If you don't know what it consists of, building a plan, a business plan, a marketing system, a sales system, the marketing process, a CRM, data collecting system, you need to find those out. You need to go to school. You need to get connected. You need to be mentored. You know what? We only fit 48 people in a year. I can't take everybody. But there are other sources out there that even YouTube. Now, be careful not to be a YouTube certified detailer. That's a whole different discussion, because that really ticks me off. The IDA is an absolute great resource for you. They bring pros in. I mean, you should have seen what we did down in Mobile Tech. We've got another Mobile Tech coming on in September. And then, of course, the granddaddy of them all, SEMA, in November. And so there's a lot of ways for you to connect with other pros, not just in my group. There's a lot of people doing it the right way. You just need to get in there and do it. But I think that we take it to the next level and then some, and it shows in our group, and it shows with the profitability and the happiness that a lot of people have in our group. Reach out to dealerships and be a problem solver. Don't just go in and ask for their $99 details. We used to do their $600, $700 services, or more. Also, more and more dealers are looking at detailing and coatings as a profit center, because they're not having cars come in as much as they used to. So if you work relationships, Jeremy, relationships, that's everything. Everything in life is about relationships. Nothing else matters. I'm telling you right now. Everything in life, including your business, is about relationships. The hour-a-day marketing program works. Whether it's your own or you've come to our training and you're using it, it just takes time and dedication. You've got to be dedicated to making this stuff work and educating your clients about the benefits of detailing in the winter. We were never totally dead in the winter, but we went from being barely surviving, me having to work, remember selling nuts and bolts, being a ski instructor, to that second year, the third year I went back and I was a ski instructor part-time. I shouldn't have even done that. We had a full-time worker our second and third year. I should have been with him his third year. I almost burned him out because we were just too busy. So right away, we got busy. Now you think, well, you obviously weren't dealing with bad weather. How about almost 200 inches of snow in town? Yeah, we dealt with bad weather. I got one more poll for you guys. Okay, and this is on a personal note, and I just want you guys to really understand this. I've been on this planet for 52 years. I've been in business, believe it or not, most of those years now. And I've learned something for a short time period, about 10, 12 years of my life. I stopped gifting myself. I stopped giving the things to myself that I love and enjoy. For those that are on Facebook that you see, I love skiing. I live in a ski town. I love to go up. I love everything about it. It's my yoga. It puts me in touch with God. I think that it's just an amazing thing. I went 2 hours before this, went to the gym. I love to work out. Love spending time with my kids. I love my dogs. Sometimes this morning I took a little nap, just laid with my dog and went back to sleep for a little while. So let me ask you something. And there's another tidbit that I want to give you, so don't go anywhere. So let me ask you something. Did you gift yourself today? Seriously, when's the last time that you gifted yourself something? So tell me what you did. I'm going to share this poll, okay? So I hit the gym, spent time with my kids, spent time with my spouse. I took some time to myself. Hell no, I work too much and I don't have any time, okay? So, boy, unfortunately, I want to share something with you guys. So we're going to give it about another 10 seconds. I feel this is probably my number one mission. is P&S comes up with a theme every year, and their theme this year is Year of Inspiration. And if I can inspire you tonight, is I'm going to tell you what, when you gift yourself time with yourself or something that you love to do, don't just gift your kids. I love my kids. We got 4 kids. I love my wife. I love my friends. But you know what? You need time to yourself. And when you gift yourself that time, you're a healthier you, you're mentally stronger, you're physically stronger. And you know what? People are attracted to that. It's the best thing. If I can, you want to know how to make more money in winter? Gift yourself. Know what to call it. I'm going to tell you, I see you detailers, and if there's anybody on here, I'm sorry, I'm going to shame you, that just, they brag about how many hours they work. That's retarded. Hard work alone doesn't do shit. And you know what? I'm living examples. I've got hundreds of other people I network with that will tell you, if you're listening to, I listen to some of these internet gurus and stuff like that, and they tell you, hey man, I'm always the hustle, I'm hustle. You know what? Let me see that, being a search and rescue guy, if you're dying and taking your last breath, if you're talking about the hustle or how screwed up your kids are, or how screwed up your life is, or how you've thought suicidal thoughts because you don't have a life, or how you get depressed and you don't feel good about yourself. Let's be honest. That's what it's all about right there. So we're going to go ahead and end the poll. We're going to close the poll. I'm going to show the results. So, hey, here's what people said. 11% hit the gym. Right on. Me too. 22% spent time with their kids. 24% spent time with the spouse. 24% took some time to yourself. Good. Those are huge numbers. And then 18% said, hell no. I just work too much. I want to talk to you guys right there. It's foolish. Stop it right now. I don't care if you're 22 or 82. Stop it. You don't have a life. It's not success. Don't buy into the bullshit. Now, do you have to work hard? Absolutely. You're going to bust your ass. But those that don't play hard, you become bitter before you know it. So simple as that. Gift yourself. So, hey, let's go ahead and open it up to some questions. I'm going to go to another screen. I want to thank. Please take time. If you see any of these guys' websites, Flex, P&S, The Rag Company, Buff and Shine, Zinware, of course, Double Black, take and make sure to thank them, because you know what, they again, they're huge supporters of the industry, and I really enjoy them. So let's go ahead and go over, and Chris, let's go ahead and take. Do you have anything from Facebook right now? Any of the any questions that you can get from there? Or you want me to go over here first?
On Facebook, we got Kyle was asking about winter profits. He says mobile detailing in Massachusetts stops for him until April, when the customers finally come back. So he just wants to know a little bit more about that. I think on the mobile side, that's probably a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, it is. Definitely if you're mobile, here's what you got to do is March 1st. My response back to that is a couple fold. I've got friends, somebody that's very successful in Mass, and he stays busy year round. A couple different things. He's diversified. So he's not just offering detailing. So that's one thing. 2, if you're mobile, and then it's really tough. So you got to network with somebody without taking the total overhead on, and find a place that you can work in. Matt Williams, my very, very, very first student back in 2004, he's in Ohio, and he did exactly that. He was suffering from the same exact thing. It was slow. He couldn't figure it out. So what he did is he started getting busier and busier, more and more requests for winter services. And what he did is he took and he networked with another organization that had a room in their shop, and he subleased that spot all winter long up until like April or May 1st. So look for those opportunities. They are out there. I myself did the same thing. Believe it or not, what we did is I turned my garage into a detail shop. I just didn't tell my neighbors. I went and did valet. I went and picked the vehicle up and then delivered it. I made sure I told my insurance company what I was doing, because if you don't tell them, you're not covered. Don't assume you're covered, because you're not. I went and told my insurance company what I was doing. I did everything inside my garage. I lined the walls. I swept the floors out when I was done washing. I did everything inside there for the first 2 seasons. Did it suck? Yeah, there wasn't much room. But my point is that I didn't say no, because when you say no to customers or you can't provide that service, you're sending them somewhere else, and you might not regain them back. So where there's a will, there's a way. So just find it and go after it. Also network. People, believe it or not, successful people want it, especially those that have been helped up. It really makes me mad when I hear these self-made man things or self-made woman. You know what? I don't know anybody. I'm definitely not self-made. While I crawled up from nothing, I always had somebody either lifting me up by a hand or kicking me in the butt to push me forward. So somebody in your network of influence has got contact at a shop or location you can use. So that's how I'd go about it, looking at that next month or next year. So for some reason, I don't know, Chris, if you can get into the questions on GoToWebinar. I can't. It's not letting me click on them for some reason. So
Oh, that's all right. I got a couple here. Miguel is asking, how do you join the Detail Mafia, and what training do you take to become a Detail Mafia member?
if you take in, if great question is that I won't sue, we'll take anybody. We really talk to you. You can do a couple different things. Is that nobody's a member without coming through the 5-day course. Everybody that's Mafia, everybody that's on Air Force One has come through the 5-day course. The reason why is we want to stand. We got very high standards for each other. We've got a board of a board that runs the group. We've got rules and regulations. We've got committees. We've got a lot of activities. We do some very notable projects within the detailing industry. We do a lot of our members are key speakers and so forth at events. So we take it very serious. The first thing to do is send us an email, Renny at Detailing Success, RENNY at detailingsuccess.com. We'll send you over a complete training overview that explains the training in great detail. Also, you can call us at area code 909-366-0909. My wife, Diane, Miguel, would love to talk to you, and she'll run you through that also personally. I really like the personal connection. I know a lot of people are into, I'm into texting, but when I'm doing important things, I'm into communicating. And I really that's something that all of us need to work on, is communicating face-to-face or voice-to-voice, not just over text or email or social media. So I hope that helps out. Chris, anything else?
Yeah, Dan was asking about a library of or a spot where he could watch these webinars again. I know that we're recording this. Could you direct them to where those will be?
Yeah, so you can go over to Detailing Success YouTube, any of these public ones. We just started these back up. I've had a really crazy 30 months. The last almost 3 years I've been all over the world, and probably, 12 or 13 different countries, and damn near every state and everything. So we kind of backed away from these, and I really apologize for that, but we're back on them. But if you go to the Detailing Success YouTube channel, we've got a lot of educational events there that you can see. And then also Detailing Success on Facebook, and then on Instagram. We're going to start doing a lot more on Instagram. We actually tried to go live on Instagram tonight, and I had an equipment failure. So by the next event, we're going to have these every 2 to 4 weeks. We'll be reaching out and having a different topic. As we get into the busy season, we'll take it to once a month. But probably through the spring, we'll probably take and do 2 a month. So we've already got one on the schedule for in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll be posting that on social media. You can also go to our website, detailingsuccess.com, sign up for our newsletters, another great avenue, because we'll be sharing this video in probably the next couple of days, early next week. You'll get this out. So that way people can see this video and this recording, or you can go back and rewatch it. Okay.
All right. And Craig Nelson with Angel Wax, I believe, is asking if it's possible to be a member in the UK after completing our course.
Absolutely. We've got members in France. We've got members in Vietnam. We've got members in Canada. We've got members all over the world. And so we're expanding. We'd love to have you. Our international Mafia members are growing, and we would love that. I know I'm going to be in the UK later this year. I'm going to be in Austria next month, and then back into the UK. We'll have dates here shortly. And then we've got a couple other trips planned. PNS will be down in, that's with Flex. PNS will be in Southern California at 2 or 3 locations. Later this year, we took we'll be down in Georgia later this year. And then don't hold it to me, but we could be in Hawaii later this year. So that'd be kind of fun. Okay.
And let's see. Nick is asking about Australia. So any international training plans?
Yeah, there is. We've got Australia. I didn't want to mention it now. We're in talks right now, and it looks like it's going to happen possibly later this year. And what we'll do is we're going to actually I'll be down there for an extended trip, if not this year, 2019, definitely in early 2020. But in the next 12 months, I will be in Australia for an extended tour. We're really excited about that with both PNS and Flex and Detailing Success, the Detail Mafia will be there.
All right, and I think the last one I see right now is Chris Thornburg is asking, how how one becomes a member of the Air Force One team?
Again, you got to go through training. And the reason why I've had guys offer me $10,000. Nah, I just don't want to go to training. I know what I'm doing. That's great, but we're working with, and I'm sure people do, but the problem is that we don't know that. And when we're working with a vehicle that's worth over $300 million, and then another collective, we don't do just one plane when we're there. We actually do 16 to 17 other planes with the collective value of it's I can't even think of it. It's priceless. And so, and we invest back into the people that invest in us. We've got such a great team. We actually limit the numbers. And so to qualify to go to special events, even in the Mafia, is you've got to be at 25% of the webinars we put on. We want to see that you're living a great life. We want to see that you're promoting your business. So we put your feet to the fire. It's not just coming to training and then you're there. Matter of fact, we've taken some detailers with us that are kind of challenged. They're not the best detailers in the world, but when they're up there, we put them with mentors. Also, when you're with our group, is you are mentored. So we put you with a mentor, and that way we can see you grow and prosper, not just in detailing, but in life. So, Chris, I think that we've got a lot more questions, but I think to keep it at that 1 hour mark, we better adjourn. Listen, if you have any questions, do me a favor. You can go over onto the Detailing Success Facebook page, ask away underneath this feed. It's a live feed that's still going right now. Please go ahead and ask in there in the next couple of days. Chris and I'll jump in. I'm traveling the next 2.5 days, so I won't have much time until I get back. I started training on Monday. But in the next few days, Chris and I will go through and slowly start answering those. You can also email them to me at renny@detailingsuccess.com, or you can do it when we post it up onto YouTube also. Also, if you wouldn't mind, if you've got a lot out of this training, if you wouldn't mind sharing it, we'd appreciate it. Give us some ratings over on our website. We sure, just like you, we're small businesses. Our business feeds our family just like it feeds your family. Your business does you. So we appreciate any positive input that you can put our direction. Also, any topics that you want to hear in the future, go ahead and email those over to us. We'd love to hear them. And Chris he's known as Renny's Hitman. He makes me organized. And so Chris will be in contact with you. And then again, if you want to talk about training, if you're serious about it, we have those 2 scholarships. Those don't come along all the time, guys. I say don't give discounts. PNS and Flex are honored enough to go ahead and pay for a portion of your training because they see value in it. So we want to thank them for doing that. Grab those. They go pretty quickly. We pretty much stop it by spring. Those offers are over, and we probably won't do it until next year again. So we don't have too many of those available. So do it while you can. But I want to thank you, Chris. Any closing thoughts?
No, I think you got it. Just one more thing. If you could share with the guys the name of your book and hold it up so they can take a quick note.
You bet. It's How to Start, and I didn't name the book, guys. It was my publisher. How to Start a Home-Based Car Detailing Business. It's in a series, but I'll hold it up here so you guys can see it. It's on Amazon. It's actually sold over 100,000 copies. It's one of the top-rated automotive-related books on Amazon. I'm actually writing another book right now as we speak. It has nothing to do with detailing, everything to do with business and lifestyle, just off of my experiences through owning business my entire life and then military and search and rescue, of combining those different disciplines to be even a more powerful entrepreneur. And, I want to call out a couple things real quick before I'm impressed. I'm looking down the names of our female detailers. Guys, our female detailers are the best of the best. And I mean that industry wide. Is that I love that so many men are now not being douches and being super supportive of our female sisters. They're in arms. Guys, they have the same struggles as us. And I want to tell you, you think you're a better detailer than them? Think again. They're pretty badass. So, hey, everybody, I want to keep and respect your time and my family's time. I've got to get on the road and do a little driving tonight so I can be down in Scottsdale for a little bit of fun and training. So we want to thank all of you again. Have a blessed, I mean this from the heart. We put these on. Everything comes from the heart on these. And I just want to take and thank all of you. Chris, thanks for helping me organize this. Diane, thank you. Detail Mafia members, thank you. Our blessed sponsors, thank you. And all of you that took time out of your busy schedules, thank you. I sure appreciate you being here. God bless. Happy detailing. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Adios.